I didn't say field guide.
Well, let's do it right.
Hi, I'm Anthony with Howe Rescue Systems, the master dealer offering the Genesis Rescue Tools.
Hi, I'm Buol with Safe Industries Rescue Specialist. We'll be going over the field guide today with Genesis 11C Rescue Tool, going over the ins and outs and pros and cons of this tool.
A quick overview of the Genesis SLI 11C RIT tool. Forged blades, rather than just stamping or machining our blades for a much stronger finished product. You can see here we have the option on the tool right now of the rapid intervention or door opening tips. You can also opt to get the standard vehicle extrication tips as well with the combination tool. The opening is about 11 inches. The entire tool is only 29 pounds with a length of just 31 pounds, so it can fit really nice in a small compartment on your apparatus. As we move back the tool, just like all our cutters and our combination tools, this has the rotating handle and also collapsible if you want to get that handle out of the way. You'll notice the handle is carbon reinforced plastic, which protects the user up to 1,000 volts of electricity when their hands are on both plastic pieces here. On back the tool, we have lights in the front. There's 4 here with a light intensity button on top next to the off-on button right next to each other. On the top of the tool, you'll notice that there's a dashboard display. You can download an app to your smart device, which allows you to control certain features, whether it's a lockout feature, max pressure alerts, service warnings, and also a training mode for new users. The control valve on the tool is just a simple back and forth button right here, a fine motor skill of your finger and your thumb. No twist control, which will give you a gross motor skill of your forearm area. Inside the case, we have a motor, which is a brushless style motor rather than brushed, which gives you better performance, little to no maintenance because there's no brushes to go bad. We also have our pump, which is now a 3-stage pump, offering you that 3rd stage for better performance, less battery wear and tear all over. Besides that, we have the battery on the back end of the case. You'll notice our battery placement is back here instead of going up here over top of a heat source. Battery slides off and on just like that. If you didn't notice, Milwaukee 18-volt battery. Right now we have our half shell on the back of the tool. If we wanted to take that off, for the tool to be submersible, simply comes off, our full shell goes on, and now we can be submersible with the tool. The Genesis 11C Rapid Intervention Tool. Larry?
So what we do at Safe Industries, we offer demos, trainings, loaner tools. If you have a problem, go out. But I'm going to speak to you today on service, maybe some upkeep of the tool. Some good ideas to take. So a lot of people mount these tools in different places on the apparatus. A lot of times you'll see them in a rear compartment or something like that, forward compartment. That's the best place to store these tools, but a lot of times we go out for service and we see the tools stored in a front bumper, or some departments call it a front porch. And that's where the truck, the apparatus takes on a lot of water, and we'll see the forged blades, of course it being steel and everything, we'll see rust start to come up on the tool. Good rule of thumb that you guys can do to help us when we come out to service is you can take some WD-40, just lightly coat your blade, and this will keep us from having to spend a lot of time detailing your tool and taking care of it the way it needs to be. Also, what we're going to do when we come in for service, we're going to take your tool off. We have a loaner tool program, so if we take your tool, there's a problem or anything like that, you have a tool to go on your apparatus so you can continue to run calls. So what we're going to do with that is we'll check the battery. Battery has a 3-year warranty. We won't go into much detail on that, but 3-year warranty. Keep an eye on that. The tool has a lifetime warranty. One of the things, just real quick on that warranty, kind of what we need to let you know, the customer, is that warranty, Genesis recommends that you have an annual or biannual service.
So let's mention a few uses for the tool, Larry. As I mentioned earlier, you can see the tool right now has the door opening or rapid intervention tips on them. So it's very nice for ladder companies, rapid intervention teams to be able to use to either breach gaps, lift items, blow doors open, but also very capable for vehicle extrication. If we remove those tips and put the standard tips on there, we have many departments throughout the United States and around the globe that use this for vehicle extrication as well as rapid intervention. The Tips are very easily removable just by pushing the two pins out. Tips slide off, the other ones slide on, and you're ready to go, just like that. Also makes it nice too, if you wanted to make some cuts without the tips on there, the cutter will close just a little bit more than having the tips in the way to close that gap.
As Anthony said, the uses of the RIT tips, just think about this RIT tip. It looks like a small shovel, but you can take and go into a residential door, you can go into a commercial door and actually do a lot of door breaches. Think about your nursing homes, think about your hospitals, hotels, motels, anything like that where you got multiple doors where you may have to force entry. Another choice customer that can use this tool is our law enforcement. If they're having to breach a door to go in, this is a great tool they can use. Get out of shot zone, go to the corner, and they can pop a door for entry also.
And also, if any of you are interested in demonstrating the 11C RIT tool, partnering with Safe Industries, one of our top partners in the country, we have these available for you to put on your apparatus for a time period and use to your liking.
So some common questions that we get about the tool is, first off, a lot of customers want to know about the weight. So the Genesis line, you can pick from the smallest tool up to one of the largest tools. One thing I think that Genesis thrives on is a very ergonomic tool. What I mean by that is light, manageable. There's not a lot of tip weight or a lot of rear weight, but the customer easily, this spins, so that tool, that means they can go around to either side easily. So that's something you can't do with a lot of tools. Also is the service side of it is who does that, who does the training and everything. So the neat thing with partnering with Genesis is we're going to handle the demos. If you need a demo, we're going to handle the training. We're going to handle the service. So the guys that come out, myself and other rescue specialists, we're the ones, if we sell it to you, we're going to help you manage the tool.
On behalf of Howe Rescue Systems, as well as Genesis, we'd like to thank you for watching today, and also thank you to Larry at Safe Industries for partnering with us.
Thank you, Anthony, for being here today with us. We just like to tell you guys that if we can help you at Safe Industries, our rescue specialists, we're here, we're ready. If you want a demo, train, we have the tools ready, available. Let us come help you out. I didn't say field guide.
Well, let's do it right.
A quick overview of the Genesis SLI 11C RIT tool. Forged blades, rather than just stamping or machining our blades for a much stronger finished product. Battery slides off and on just like that. If you didn't notice, Milwaukee 18-volt battery.
We'll see rust start to come up on the tool. Good rule of thumb that you guys can do to help